Welcome back to As Coins News. Today, first up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and our star of the show is a humble yet intriguing coin, the 1984 Lincoln Memorial Penny. If you've got one lying around, you might want to check it out because this coin, in very fine condition, might be worth more than just 1 cent. So, let's explore its history, features, and current collector market value. The Lincoln Memorial Penny, first introduced in 1959, commemorates the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, we have the iconic profile of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. Now, what makes the 1984 Lincoln Penny special? At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin. But as with all collectibles, its condition, rarity, and certain design anomalies can add significant value. The 1984 Lincoln Penny is of interest to collectors. First, you may notice that this particular coin has no mint mark under the year. That means it was minted in Philadelphia. The absence of a mint mark is standard for Philadelphia pennies from this era, so it's not unusual. However, coins from this year are valued for their color and condition. A brown-shaded 1984 penny in very fine condition stands out to collectors because the wear on the coin has been minimal and its details remain sharp. The natural toning gives it a unique appearance that adds to its charm. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. The grading scale ranges from poor to mint state. A penny in very fine condition, like the one we're talking about today, typically falls around VF20 to VF35. In this grade, you'll notice that Lincoln's hair and the details of his coat are well defined, though there may be slight wear. A headline has been filed for and against him. Many conspiracy theories allege. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial columns should still be visible, but some details might be slightly smoothed out. If your coin has significant damage, its value decreases significantly. Now, the big question: how much is a 1984 Lincoln penny worth in today's collector market? From 1984 are typically worth $72,000, and coins in very fine condition can sell for $75,000 to casual collectors. However, if your coin exhibits any errors like a doubled die, where parts of the design appear doubled, it can skyrocket in value. And much more if graded higher. For a standard brown-shaded 1984 penny in VF condition with no errors, the value ranges from $78,000 depending on how attractive the coin appears to collectors. Coins naturally tone over time, depending on the metal composition and how they're stored. Collectors classify copper coins into 3 main categories: bright and shiny, like it just left the mint; a mix of reddish and brown hues; fully toned, giving the coin a classic antique look. Brown-shaded coins, like our 1984 penny, are often prized for their rich patina, which gives them character and tells the story of their journey over the decades. So, you've got a 1984 Lincoln penny. What's next? Here are a few tips to determine its value and potentially sell it. Use a magnifying glass to look for any doubling or errors, like a misaligned die or die cracks. A genuine 1984 penny should weigh 2.5 grams, as it's made of copper-plated zinc. If you believe your coin is in excellent condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service. Check platform-specialized coin auctions to see what similar coins are selling for. If your penny has no errors and is in very fine condition, you can still sell it to collectors who appreciate toned coins or complete Lincoln Memorial penny sets. The 1984 Lincoln Memorial penny might make you a millionaire, and it's a great reminder that even the smallest coins can hold a lot of history and value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep an eye out for these hidden treasures. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating coin, the 1999 with D. Lincoln Memorial Penny, specifically one with black spots and in normal circulated condition. Is it just a common coin, or could it hold big value in the collector's market? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1999 Crowner Quarter Penny with D. Lincoln Memorial Penny was minted in Denver, marked by the D mint mark beneath the date. This coin is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. 1999 was a busy year for pennies, with the Denver Mint producing over 6.3 billion pennies, making it a fairly common coin. But what makes this coin potentially interesting isn't just its large production. It's the condition and the features that might set it apart. Pennies weight. Collectors evaluate coins based on their condition using a grading scale that ranges from poor to mint state coins with no wear, sharp details, and a bright original finish command higher values. However, many of the 1999 with D pennies you'll find today are in circulated condition, meaning they've been used and show signs of wear. Now, you might ask, what about those black spots? These spots, often called environmental damage, result from exposure to moisture, dirt, or improper storage over time. While black spots don't usually add value, certain unique appearances or patterns can intrigue niche collectors. One reason 1999 pennies might sell for more than face value is due to buy no. Here are a few to look out for. Look closely at the text and details for doubling. If the coin wasn't struck properly, parts of the design may be missing. Footnote: a minting error where part of the coin's edge is clipped. While these errors are rare, if you find one, you could have a coin worth $60,000 or more, depending on the severity and demand. Let's get to the big question. What's the value of a regular 1999 with D penny with black spots? In general, these coins are worth $64,000 if they're heavily circulated. In slightly better condition, they might fetch $66,000 from collectors looking to fill a gap in their collection. If you want to determine whether your 1999 with D penny has extra value, follow these tips. Use it to spot errors or unique features. Cleaning can lower the value. Collectors prefer original condition even with spots. Dress and wear properly. It does take time to go through. So, what should you do with your black spotted 1999 with D penny? If it's just a regular coin, it's worth holding on to for sentimental value or using as pocket change. However, if you suspect it has an error or it's in exceptionally good condition despite the spots, have it evaluated by an expert. Next up, we're focusing on a humble but intriguing coin, the 1981 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny in your change jar. But what if I told you that, depending on its condition, this little coin could fetch a surprisingly good value in today's collector market? Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln Memorial Penny was introduced in 1959 to honor Abraham Lincoln and featured the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. By 1981, these pennies were a staple in American currency. If your coin doesn't have a mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. Here's a fun fact: in 1981, millions of these pennies were produced. So what makes this coin special? It's all about condition, demand, and subtle variations that might make collectors willing to pay top dollar. In the coin collecting world, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mid-state. A 1981 penny in fine condition typically shows some wear but retains most of its details, especially on Lincoln's face and the memorial's columns. The better the condition, the higher the value. Even a coin in fine condition holds value beyond its face value if the right collector comes along. Now, some of you might have noticed that your 1981 penny has a distinct yellowish tint. This isn't a rare minting error. but it could be due to environmental exposure, a cleaning attempt, or even the coin's zinc-copper composition. After 1982, pennies transitioned from 95% copper to primarily zinc. So the 1981 penny is one of the last years of high copper coins, making it more appealing to collectors who value pre-1982 pennies. Now the big question. How much is a 1981 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark worth today? Well, it depends. On the collector market, most circulated 1981 pennies without mint marks are worth about 10 cents each. However, there are other varieties of silver coins available, like coins of silver mark. How much is a 1981 pennies without mint mark worth today? If your penny is in exceptional condition or has unique features like doubling or other mint errors, it could command a much higher prices. For example, a typical 1981 penny in fine condition might sell for around $80,000. Uncirculated examples, graded and certified, can sell for $82,000 or more. If you think your 1981 penny might be worth something, here are a few tips. Use a microscope to check for errors like doubling or die cracks. Cleaning can reduce its value significantly. If you believe your penny is in mint state, consider sending it to a professional grading service, sites and online coin forums to see what similar coins are selling for. So, is your 1981 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark worth big money? It might make you a millionaire. It's a fantastic piece of history that could bring in more than just pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this penny is a reminder that even the smallest coins can hold great value. Next up, we're talking about a coin that's often overlooked, but has an intriguing story. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny, specifically one without a mint mark. But here's the twist. We'll also discuss what makes a coin with unique traits, like a black spot, stand out in today's collector market. Could this seemingly common coin be worth big dollars? Let's find out. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny is a piece of U.S. coinage history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin continues the legacy of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. What's interesting about the 1975 penny without a mint mark is that it was minted in Philadelphia, as Philadelphia coins during this time didn't bear mint marks. Over 5 billion of these pennies were minted that year. So, it's fair to ask, what makes a coin like this valuable? When it comes to determining the value of any coin, there are a few key factors to consider: condition, rarity, and unique features. Let's break this down for our 1975 Lincoln penny. Condition coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A very fine condition coin, like the one we're focusing on today, means it has moderate wear but retains most of its design details. It's rare for 1975 Philadelphia pennies to lack a mint mark. The absence of one still piques collector interest. This is where things get unique. A black spot could result from oxidation or environmental exposure. While typically seen as a flaw, unique discolorations can sometimes make a coin stand out among collectors, especially if they resemble patterns or give the coin character. So, is a black spot good or bad? It depends. In most cases, discoloration might reduce a coin's value, but there are collectors out there who find charm in imperfections, especially if the coin tells a story. Buyers will be drawn to a coin with a story, preferring to pay premiums for coins that they believe will last longer. They'll be willing to pay. Now let's talk numbers. In the collector's market today, a 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny, in very fine condition, is usually worth more than face value anywhere, $108,000. However, Coins with unique characteristics or exceptional condition can fetch significantly more. On auction platforms or dedicated numismatic sites, I've seen similar coins with unique features, like spots or toning, sell for anywhere from $110,000, depending on how intriguing the flaw is and whether collectors find it appealing. Some exceptionally preserved 1975 pennies, graded MS-65 or higher, can sell for $115,000 more. So, your coin may make you a millionaire. If you're looking to determine or even increase the value of your 1975 Lincoln penny, here are some quick tips. Always use gloves or handle coins by the edges to avoid adding fingerprints or oils. Professional grading services can authenticate and certify your coin's condition, which boosts its value. Look for rare minting errors, such as double dies or misaligned strikes. These can significantly increase a coin's worth. If the black spot has a unique appearance, photograph it and document its history. Unique coins often spark more interest with proper context. So, is your 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny with a black spot, no mint mark worth big dollars? It depends on the market and the collector. Most of these coins break the bank. Their historical significance and unique traits could make them a conversation starter and maybe even a small treasure. Next up, we're diving into an everyday treasure you might just have lying around. The 1981 Lincoln Memorial penny with the Denver Mint mark, or as we collectors call it, the 1981 with D penny. Before we talk value, let's explore the history behind this coin. The Lincoln Memorial penny was minted from 1959 to 2008, replacing the wheat cent design. The 1981 penny, minted at the Denver Mint, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Fun fact: if you look closely at the memorial, you can actually see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside. 1981 was an interesting year for pennies. It was the last year these coins were made of 95% copper. Starting in 1982, pennies switched to a zinc core with a copper coating. That makes 1981 pennies one of the final copper coins, already a reason for collectors to take note. Now, let's talk about what makes some of these coins stand out. Those mysterious green spots on the reverse side. These spots are often caused by environmental exposure, like moisture reacting with the copper content over time. While some collectors shy away from toned or discolored coins, others actually value unique patinas for their beauty and rarity. Condition is everything when it comes to coin value. A fine condition 1981 with D penny means it shows some wear, especially on Lincoln's face and the memorial columns. But all major details are visible. Coins in better condition, like extremely fine or mint state, fetch even higher prices in the collector's market. So what's a 1981 with D Lincoln Memorial penny worth today? In fine condition, these coins are generally worth around $85,000. But hold on, if your coin has a unique feature, like an error or an attractive toning pattern, it could sell for much more. For instance, a high-grade or higher penny could sell for $88,000 or more. If you're looking to sell your 1981 with D penny, here are some tips. A professional grading service can authenticate and certify your coin, boosting its value. Clear, well-lit images are crucial if you're listing your coin online. Try auction sites or consult local coin dealers for appraisals. Remember, demand fluctuates, so patience is key when selling coins. Why should you care about the 1981 with D penny? It's a piece of history, a relic from the last days of copper pennies, and a connection to Abraham Lincoln's legacy. It's a rare or expensive coin. Its story and beauty make it worth collecting. So, is that 1981 with D Lincoln Memorial penny in your pocket worth a fortune? Maybe, unless it's in pristine condition or has a rare error. But every coin tells a story, and that's what makes collecting so exciting. Next up, we are focusing on one of the most common coins in U.S. circulation, the Lincoln Memorial Penny from 1990, minted in Denver, and why it might be worth more than you think. We'll talk about what makes this coin stand out, how its condition affects its value, and what collectors are paying for it on today's market. The Lincoln Memorial Penny was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design by Frank Gasparo replaced the earlier wheat penny reverse. By 1990, billions of these pennies had been minted, with the Denver Mint producing nearly 4.9 billion that year. So, with billions of these coins out there, what makes a 1990 with D penny special? Well, it's not just about the year or the mint mark. It's about condition, rarity, and sometimes even quirks like unusual coloring. Some 1990 with D pennies have developed a light green patina over time, which is usually the result of environmental exposure or chemical reactions with their copper plating. While this isn't a mint error, it can make the coin visually unique, and some collectors find these tones appealing, especially if the rest of the coin is in good condition. But remember, not all greenish pennies are valuable. The key is whether the green tone enhances the coin's overall appeal or detracts from it. We'll get into specific collector preferences later in the episode. Like all collectible coins, the condition of a 1990 with D penny is crucial in determining its value. Coin collectors use a grading scale from poor to mint state. Here's a quick breakdown. With significant wear, typically hold more than face value. Lightly circulated coins may fetch a $67,000 depending on their overall eye appeal. Uncirculated coins, especially those with high grades like MS65 or MS67, can command much higher prices, sometimes over $81,000, which is far too much for anybody I've ever seen. If your 1990 with D penny has been professionally graded and has a unique feature like a strong strike or vibrant toning, you're looking at a much more desirable collector's piece. On today's collector market, the value of a 1990 with D penny depends on several factors. For example, circulated coins with no special features still worth. Uncirculated coins, graded MS65 or above depending on demand, such as double dies or off-center strikes, $81,000 or more. Unique green-toned coins, while not officially graded for the tone, these could fetch a premium if a collector finds them visually appealing. In recent auctions, think your 1990 with D penny might be valuable? Here's what to do. Inspect the coin closely for unique features. Check the coin's condition. Does it have minimal wear and sharp details? Postage on. Consider professional grading through services, your coin for sale on auction sites or coin-specific platforms. Make sure to include high-quality photos and highlight any unique characteristics. The 1990 with D Lincoln Memorial Penny is uncommon. Finding one in pristine condition or with unique features like light green patina could make it a valuable addition to a collector's set. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of the 1996 Lincoln Memorial Penny with the D mint mark. Stick around, because this dirty little coin might just surprise you with its value on the collector market. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1996 Lincoln Memorial Penny was minted in Denver, which is why it has the famous D mint mark under the date. This coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial series that ran from 1959 to 2008, showcasing Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. In 1996 alone, the Denver Mint produced a staggering 6.5 billion pennies. So, what makes a single coin from this massive batch worth more than face value? A coin's condition or grade plays a huge role in its value. While blackened, dirty coins might look worthless, don't toss them just yet. That discoloration could be natural toning or environmental damage, and in rare cases, collectors find value in these imperfections for their uniqueness. Coins are a major draw for collectors. Look for things like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Even subtle errors can turn a common penny into a valuable collector's item. A 1996 with a double penny with an unusual discoloration, rare toning patterns, or unexpected flaws can attract niche collectors. Some have even paid premiums for heavily oxidized coins that display dramatic black or rainbow hues. So, what's the value of a dirty, blackened 1996 with D penny in today's collector market? For standard circulated coins with significant wear, you're looking at around $61,000. But here's the kicker. Coins with unique characteristics or errors have fetched $63,000 or even more in online auctions. A blackened, naturally toned 1996 with D penny recently sold for because of its eye-catching appearance. An error coin from the same year went for $65,000 due to a double die obverse. Now, let's talk about how you can evaluate your 1996 with D penny. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on the date, mint mark, or lettering. Look for cracks, chips, or off-center strikes. If your penny has a unique discoloration or collectors, it looks better with time, for example going for a safer and more customary-looking leather background for quartering gold. A more basic and classic discoloration or collecting card. Be sure to research similar coins to compare values. A professional coin grading service can assign a grade to your coin. Higher grades mean higher value. Even if your coin is blackened, the grading service can verify whether it's naturally toned or just damaged. Ready to sell? Here are a few tips. Sites or heritage auctions are great for reaching collectors. Take clear, well-lit photos and provide detailed descriptions, especially if your coin has errors or unique toning. Local coin shops' coin dealers might give you a quick appraisal, though they usually buy at wholesale prices. Coin shows or forums. These are excellent places to meet collectors who might pay a premium for your unique penny. So the next time you find a dirty blackened penny in your pocket, don't dismiss it too quickly. It might just be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Who knows? Your 1996 with D Lincoln penny could be the star of an auction. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting coin stories. Let us know in the comments if you've found any rare or unusual pennies. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy hunting.